here. Got you. All right. I needed me an extensive lunch break. Went past the 30 minutes I thought it would, but back to action. And go ahead and put y'all onto this round three action. Yeah, we have Gabe against Ricky. Gabe, one of our former champs, up against second place king Ricky. Uh, I wouldn't be surprised if Gabe was on the old Hero Frogs today. I didn't really get a chance to see what Ricky was playing, but I think we're actually looking at a mirror match. We getting them set up. Quick bird's eye adjustment, and the round has already started. We've given them the most generous of time extensions. I think they got like a 7 piece, but they'll be all right. They know what they're doing. No pressure to say the least. Definitely looking for favorites. I'm thinking, to be honest, I think Frog's gonna win the tournament. No shade to any of my guys who's not running that, but it's just been looking like that type of party. We'll adjust the deck names for the players in a moment. Oh, meantime, it seems as if Gabe is opening. Simple set. Of course, of course. And yeah, we definitely have a mirror here. At least he has a guaranteed playable in that reinforcement of the army. All right, simple Stratos search. We'll search target. Search target. Do you think is gonna be the little guy or Alias? Which one do you think is gonna be? Oh, Ocean's a thing too. Shout out to the whole Hero Frog thing and the exclusion of Dupe Frog. Yeah, that was recently done at what was that? Uh One of the most recent majors. I'm not sure if it was the RBT or if it was the UTW, but Hero Frog without the dupe. How you feel about that? Water art was a decent inclusion in there. Knowledge goes a hell of a long way in this game. Oh, okay. That's a light point correction. Sorry about that. 62. It's a strong start. Stratos always does some sort of damage, whether it's knocking a card off or knocking some life points off. It's gonna get his value. All right, that shoot was definitely played. Let's see how he capitalizes on it. And to be honest, even with him seeing the reinforcement in the hand, he had to know that Stratos would be summoned and attacked with. Definitely off to a slow start. Knowledge helps a lot, but you still have to have playable cards. Okay. All right, matching that there energy. I like this. I like this a lot. Just gonna what? Search alias, try to climb. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be against it, but I mean, shit, Gabe has a lot more experience with the deck than I do. I'm just a guy commentating these matches. Don't mind me. Hey, claims the card. 400, cool. Love to see the follow up. I think we know what Ricky said, but I don't really like giving my opinion knowing what the people have. I kind of prefer to play spectator, like blind spectator, so to speak. Alright, a simple set pass with the card already set the previous turn still remaining. Is Gabe gonna commit into it or not? Or just attack pass? That could be a dupe. I mean, if it's a dupe, you're just taking 100. Nah, he wants to. Boom. Good. It's a dupe. And here's the thing. Now he can actually get away with summon swap. He can actually get away with summon swap if he wishes. There's a back row set with a Stratos, so it could be one of several things. It being something in his favor, no, that's okay. Good correction on the points. Is he gonna try to get the swap dump off right now, or does he? Well, either way. Boom, boom. All right, cool. Either way, it doesn't resolve. It's good. Assuming that swap was guess he felt the swap was like extremely valuable. I don't know. I always thought they tried to yard it as soon as possible in the mirror. I could be wrong. My experience with this is very minimal. Hmm. Early miracle. We're gonna see some damage now. Some damage. Pardon me. We're gonna see a. Looks like we might see a lot of damage now. What will it be? What will it be? Oh shit. Okay. Hey. So it's off to a very favorable start for Ricky. Despite being dust shooted, still seems to be able to apply a lot of early pressure on. Like Zero's a hell of a card. No downsides. Must be nice. Aye. 4K and then running away is crazy work. Swap Frog is a nastily designed card. Very nastily designed card. All right, let's see if Gabe can climb out of this hole. There's no comfortable way of clearing the Ab Zero. It's gonna claim at least two, guaranteed. I'm guessing Gabe is just figuring out how he wants to lose it. Shout out to the Hero Frog Duelist. I'm more of a Frog Monarch man myself. Maybe we'll get to see that in the later rounds. I know at least one person is playing it. Big ups to that brave fellow. Uh, okay, good, good, good. Okay, alright. Ain't about to see frog things. Oh, hey, yo. Crazy. Hey, frog shenanigans. Frog shenanigans. I see this being a soft setup. It's one to dump. First sub. It's an activation to Summon. Second one. Dump last sub. Card is useless. All right, where we going? Okay, different route. Good, 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 good. It is. Right. Game one secured nice and early. Turn one dust shoot. Turn one dust shoot. Still able to snatch up a win. Quite sure. Quite sure Gabe is gonna crack back with a vengeance. It's been a while since I've seen one of those 8,000 zip games, but Gabe is no slouch. Sometimes the cards just don't come up in your favor. Expecting to see smart siding by both players. Obviously, it's gonna be a game of vanities, I'm sure, but we'll just wait and see if anyone has any interest in spending how they side against their mirrored opponent. While they side, I'm gonna take a brief audio break while I refill my cup. Pardon me. Okay. All right, back at it, giving the old thorough shuffle. Allow me a moment to put the active time of the round up. Sorry about that. Had a slew of up. There we go. I love it. I love mirror matches. I'm not a big fan of the decks used, but that's just a personal preference. But I love watching mirror matches. Yes, even the Blackwing mirror match. Always interested to see how that goes, especially when neither player resolves whirlwind. Really interested in seeing how this turns out. Get it? God damn. Why you keep beating your opponent so fast?
I just wanted to say, come here.
Oh man. No, yeah, for sure. I think Rob is finishing his opponents as fast as possible so that he can help me out with the commentary.
Yes,
We can
these guys are
gosh.
finishing off fast too. It looks like they're entering game 3.
This is actually game one that they just finished. Ricky actually took it pretty favorably. despite the turn one dust shoot from Gabe.
Getting through that turn one dust shoot, it's one of the most polarizing cards. What do you think of trap dust shoot?
Uh, oddly enough, I'm not a fan of using it in decks in which I can't like discard it once it's dead. Uh, it's a great card. I don't like building on wishful thinking though. If I can have a dead card, it's usually something I try my best not to include. But how can I put it? Knowledge is so damn good. It's almost like why would you not take that risk? So yeah, have I tried to use it before? Yeah. Do I actively use it in most decks? No, I don't.
It's such
Sometimes I
a
just pretend
it
like, hey, I
is.
just never drew dust shoot.
Yeah, super
Oh,
interesting
juicy.
card, Trap Dust Shoot. That's what we saw last game, turn one, it sounds like. And here we got the Swap Frog. Very classic opening from Gabe. Every time I watch this guy, he is playing very conservatively. He holds his cards, and then you never know if he's going to have the gores or not, because he always plays like this. Keeps his board empty, waits for his opponent to commit, and you know who else does that? Ricky. These
Yeah.
are two of the most patient players, calculated. This could be the finals right here. And we're here in round 3. That's just the kind of competition you get. Kaiku comes in, banishes the Treeborn Frog. Gabe can get another one back in there, but he has to be careful about it, because what if that one gets removed too?
Yeah, I'm glad that the Bold Treeborn dump wasn't completely punished and that Gores was able to kind of hold it down. Now, the pressure here is real. I like it. The worst it could be is Mirror Force. So
And
he's going
yeah,
to get rid of the problem.
this is the same situation that happened in the last match that we were commentating. The Gores has the token. Do you keep the Gores in attack mode, or and send them both into the Mirror Force potentially? And
I'd
that's
play
what he
those
chooses to do
odds.
here.
I would play those odds to get rid of something like Kaiku. I really would.
Because you have to remove the priority threat.
Yeah. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, could have sat in a crow too, but you clearly see the Kaiku right there. I want to get my frog online. I want to open the door for possible hero fusion plays later. So, yeah,
You take that risk in
definitely
order
take the risk.
in
Like,
order to play around a card like Dimensional Prison that targets only one monster.
exactly. I mean, if it's Mirror Force, hey, you had it. It was your day.
I think that that kind of stuff happens in the viewers' games. I know it happens in mine. Like, should there be a clear rule every time you put both in attack mode and throw in, or every time you keep one in defense mode, play around the Mirror Force? And here is a mix of both. Try to get that edge on the rest of the game circumstance. Here, the Kaiku is on the board, so that made the decision easy.
And right now, Gabe has to play out of the hole too. So taking that kind of risk to ensure that he gets the game is actually kind of worth it. Some people are down a game and they play nervously. Yeah, no, I think it's the exact opposite. I do like the aggression that he applied just now.
Now Ricky using an aggressive power card, brain control, one of the strongest cards in
This is
Edison
clearly a Caius
format.
drop incoming.
And
Like,
that's one of the
yeah,
reasons why
like,
Caius, we all know it's coming. It's just what to
yeah.
target.
To take
Often
the token
thought,
to
but
banish the dark.
dark, it's
Yeah.
bigger. Just so much value out of this Caius goes in. Do you think this last card's going to be Greki Break in the end phase? Most decks with Treeborn Frog have to play cards they can activate in the end phase. Let's see what's coming. It's a Dimensional Prison. He psyched me out, and he psyched Ricky out. I don't think he was expecting that.
Probably not, but I guess he's expecting to take at least 1,000. And if it's a dimensional person that Ricky has right there, he's not going to use it on a swap.
Wow, that was a great tech from Gabe.
Stand
That
corrected.
swap
Maybe he
back
will.
online.
Yeah, and I mean, hey, Kaiku's out of the way. I I'm willing to bet Ricky didn't side into Kaiku's.
Yeah, it's a expensive to normal summon in Edison format. One of the few resources that you have to play around.
Especially in
And
a deck like this.
and there he drew another one, Treeborn Frog. He wants to get that in the graveyard so he can start using his Ryza. Some people would just set a Treeborn Frog, but instead he keeps it in his hand. Patient. He doesn't want it to get banished.
I mean, well, yeah, there's a back row right there. It could be a chainable to bring back that Treeborn.
Yes.
To then Kaius to set Treeborn Frog.
He's
So you
thinking
can't
multiple
just leave
moves
it.
ahead here. And he's saying if you just summon Swap Frog and deal 1,000, he still has enough resources.
Oh, smash.
Yep, he sends just emptying his deck of Swap Frogs. That's on the left graveyard. Hard to see. with the glare. But both Treeborn Frogs are already accounted for. So Gabe's, that's the first frog that you start to empty. There's that one. And here's why he kept the Treeborn in his hand. He
Love those
removes that
chainables.
monster. Karma Cut versus Regeki Break. Any thoughts on that?
Matchup dependent in the mirror, I'm definitely in favor of Karma over Regeki Break, but I mean it's justification for both. But if I had to choose one over the other in the mirror, it would be Karma Cut for sure.
It really worked out there. Removing those waters is so huge because Miracle Fusion don't want to remove a Treeborn Frog. So these random miscellaneous frogs in the graveyard. I always say, Yu-Gi-Oh! Your graveyard's a resource, and now it's filled with the Treeborn there, and the Kryza connects. It spins the back row to the top of the deck. That's going to set Gabe back a turn.
That's it's actually kind of crucial. Well, unless you know what it wasn't.
Iconic card. Was really popular back when I used to play Edison format, and the sets before it. I think without the wind synergy, Winged Beast.
See one at most.
Yeah, you see one like at most, Frogs. And here Ricky showing its power. It looks like it put another dimensional prison was what Gabe's back row was. The ultimate punish that it gets targeted by a Ryza. But he is going to get it back and be able to just remove Ryza. He also has a Mirror Force. Gabe, a lot of defense, but also some offense. And here he comes at it. Caius. He had a lot of options there. He could play it more patient and try to set, but a card that could destroy his trap cards could have really put him in a tough position. So he plays the Caius.
We have our chat active, and Barry thinks that Ricky's about to get bodied. He won the first game pretty favorably. But yeah, it is looking hella close this round.
Yeah, we got some Gabe fans. Last time I was commentating, Gabe won the whole tournament. And who was he against? It might have been Ricky in that same tournament in the top 8. 2 excellent players. And Team Titan says, who's picking these matches?
This one, I wanted to get a mirror match out of the way as soon as possible. So I actually picked this round. The first round, I wanted 2 champions to be on stream. And last round
was Evan.
Yeah, and I wanted to see the different spin on Amaryllis.
And here is the different spin. Junk Synchron coming into the meta a lot. There he is. He flashes up on your left side of the screen. Excellent production value. And this is a lot of options. He can go into a 5-star. He can go into a 6-star. He can go into a 8-star.
He can flex an 8 if he wants to. He can go as far as Thought Ruler.
Thought Ruler.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could do that
too.
too.
And he could go into nothing. All defense mode.
But having already seen one-dimensional prison, I wouldn't be surprised if he just ruled the other one out and just decided, hey, like.
But he knows that the Ryza is able to move a trap card.
Well, yeah.
So that maybe means it's some kind of battle trap, which it is.
He could think it's a Mirror Force. He might not be expecting 2-dimensional prisons, which is why the Thought Ruler wasn't played.
Very smart. Plays around all of his options patiently. These frogs, and he's going to be able to loop that Junk Synchron into Swap Frog, get the Junk Synchron back infinitely once. He even gets an extra normal summon once it replay. And here we're getting a lot of extra summons on this side. Once that Substitute comes out with the second frog, sky's the limit. Gabe thinking about what to do. He
set himself up a decent lock if he wanted to. I don't think that's going to happen like right away.
We'll see. Options.
Yeah.
Miracle Fusion, similar to Miracle Dig. Ricky, it sends all of his cards to the Shadow Realm. Too powerful.
Substitute turning into a Lightning Vortex is pretty cool. With the help of Miracle Fusion, of course. This deck has so many, like, twists and turns and sucker punches and curveballs. Like, he really just turned Miracle Fusion and Substitute into a Lightning Vortex to secure the daggone game. Pushing it to 3.
Yeah, so many options. When you're playing Edison format, this is one of the most options when you're playing. But there are a lot of decks that are a lot more linear. Where your plays kind of choose themselves. You just play your normal summon.
Yeah.
Those are usually big cards.
Hero Beat comes to mind. Blackwing's coming in a
Yeah,
close second
normal
place to
summon.
that
And
because,
decks with a set like Vayu, which relies on getting the Vayu in the graveyard. They call it Vayu Turbo. Just really relies on that.
but
Bryco, Hamster, play
but
through whatever your mills are. Add some variants. These decks, you kind of have your whole deck face up, it feels like, the whole game. You have your access to so many options every turn.
it's funny that the grave is an open resource, but it's still so many different things you can do with it at one given time. It's still kind of hard to combat it. I searched this, I pulled this out of the grave, that, but you can still surprise your opponent with shit.
Absolutely. And we saw it there, the Junk Synchron, so many options, what to pull out. And here, when you're sideboarding in the mirror, we saw when Ricky was going first, right? Oh, or Gabe was going first. He played the Swap Frog first. Ricky had Kaiku. Good way to banish that Treeborn Frog when you go second in the mirror.
Oh yeah, that connection was great. Like,
We'll see
if he
what
didn't have
Gabe's
the gores, I
strategy
think
is.
that match would have ended a lot. I think the match would have probably ended a lot sooner than this.
Gore is really just such a powerful card.
Yeah, that's probably one of the most intimidating cards. It literally dictates the way you play your turns. Like attack, yeah, pass.
Mhm.
Like that second
Yeah,
attack
to
is
avoid
kind
that
of
second attack.
dangerous.
That token gets really big.
That's a quick thumbs up on Dueling Book after the first attack, and make sure they don't try to cheat the cores onto the field.
Yep, methodically play your games. And here, these two are going to methodically play this one, is what I expect. See how Ricky is going to start this off. What kind of start do they want in the mirror? Is it just play a Swap Frog
It could be swapped on pass.
and have let your opponent kind of get the priority, but now you have a Treeborn Frog, so you can Caius whatever they play, puts a lot of pressure on without committing to the board?
It's tough because the moment you commit and someone has a yarded frog, they can actually start picking cards off of you. It could
Exactly in this
also be
resource game.
could also be as simple as, pardon me, it could be the swap tag game too. Summon, swap, dump, attack. Just packing each other for 1,000 until one person just commits.
And as you
Then
called
the
it,
trades
just like
begin.
last game, maybe he has that game plan. He's going to use the Swap Frog to poke for 1,000 later on. Enables the Treeborns. They're laughing about it. They know that this looks familiar. Mirror match, same first turn. And look at Gabe with his brain control, has nothing to target now. If Ricky had set up something like a dupe block, which you would think is really strong, let's get that out there. It would have gotten brain controlled into a Monarch.
Stratos is such a great card in this matchup.
Exactly, because it's perfect on this board. It replaces itself, threatens 1,800 damage every turn. It's going to get 2 heroes online for this Miracle Fusion.
Has a body on the board to do damage with. He doesn't have to commit the Treeborn to an open field. You don't always have the traps, so taking another Kaiku hit can actually hurt you.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to worry about that right now with Stratos sitting there.
very true. Similar game from last one. It was the Treeborn Frog in the graveyard, and then the 1,800 attack monster. Last time it was Kaiku, this time it's Stratos. We saw Ricky had trap cards in his hand, but he decided not to set them. A card like Threatening Roar.
I mean,
He wants to save that until
yeah.
Gabe has more.
Probably wants him to commit into the Threatening Roar.
Exactly. So Gabe
and then punish him afterwards.
very smartly doesn't commit too much himself. He probably could have played more special summons or more back row resource for Ricky. Slowly, it's a second Treeborn. Gonna give him redundancy. Make sure that he doesn't draw the second one, so it improves his chances of drawing a live card. Ooh.
I mean, he plays Karma Cut. He might be trying to dodge the Karma Cut punish. He doesn't see himself needing to draw a second swap where he could keep recycling that one.
Exactly. He saves his draws. Then does he set
so
this
it doesn't
Threatening
make him
Roar?
too vulnerable to a Karma Cut. It's the mirror, so if it's brought in because of that, I could understand.
Absolutely. Sets one. Is such a
The
powerful
vulnerable
card.
frog.
You hate to tribute your Stratos, but
Yeah,
that
to
frog.
get rid of a Treeborn? Sign me up. Well, I say that because Stratos already got his value too. I like that. Wait, hold on. Did
I
he
think
just
he's I
declare?
think he's going into a battle phase, and see how patient these players are. He
Very
could.
patient, very
He
patient.
saves the
I would love
resource.
to know what he thought the face down was.
Maybe he thinks it's a threatening roar, or it could be a dimensional prison. He has them in his deck, so his Caius can't remove both.
Well, see, that was my thing. I thought he would try to get rid of the Treeborn as soon as he could. But I mean, Caius can probably prove more powerful than just getting rid of a Treeborn. Knowing he could yard a second one, but
And he has that Infernal Prodigy, which is going to enable the Caius, and he has the Brain Control, which you contribute your opponent's monster for the Caius. So he wants to keep Caius, not
actually,
overextend.
Caius could probably do more damage. Potentially break a lock if it's set up. Then maybe banishing the Treeborn wouldn't be the most optimal thing to do.
Ricky went first, and it feels like he's on the back foot a little bit in this chess match.
Now that Caius drops, seems like it might be alright.
On the face
You don't
down,
just set a dud, you know?
the mind games on the T set, classic Edison move. And now he tributes to Stratos, but not for Caius, it's for Substitute.
Well, we're thinning, that's for sure.
That thins out. The Swap Frog is able to put water monsters to your graveyard, so it's able to put more Substitutes in there. He has to do it in a very specific sequence. His Substitute
Just to
can't
make
get
sure he
itself.
Yeah, not only that, but who wants to draw those dead subs?
Exactly. Empty his deck of those. The Dupe Frog. He tributed off his Substitute, and he still has a Swap Frog in his deck. Could have tributed that Swap Frog for another Swap Frog, but he wants to keep one in his deck. He had the second Dupe Frog in his hand.
Okay. So
there
he
it
used the
is.
second normal for from swap for the dupe to set up the lock.
So many
His
options
brain control
even
comes
there.
in very beautifully.
I see a Soul Exchange for Ricky. I see a Brain Control.
And there's a brain control.
And there's some Monarchs to tribute it.
Yeah, he's stacked. Boss.
Got plenty of ways to answer one of the most threatening boards in Edison format. When you play, a new player joins this game, they see these two frogs that prevent you from attacking, and it feels like you just want to give up on the format, you know. And here
it creates for a very dry game state. It really
does.
does.
But that's why these players have these cards like Soul Exchange, such a popular card, Brain Control. Have answers available to you, and you can come back. Let's see what Ricky's able to surmount here.
Well, he's got heat for it, that's for sure. He's just thinking about how he wants to approach it.
With so many options, this is the perfect turn to think for a while, especially 1 for 1. One of the most complicated cards because it can get you a Substitute, which can get you that whole train
so
of
can just get the
frogs.
ball rolling.
And you can tribute the opponent's Dupe Frog with it. What's he gonna do? But it costs a discarded monster card from your hand to use 1 for 1. So is that what he's gonna do? Or is he gonna use a Monarch?
I mean, this and a Caius drop would be a fair trade. But
it would be fair.
Yeah, we're gonna start the sub
1 for
train.
1. When Substitute tributes the Dupe Frog, it will make it miss timing
Timing will be missed.
A monster card is being special summoned at the same time. A bit complicated to describe, but that's essentially what's going on. The same if he tributed it for Caius or any other tribute for a monster.
If Dewfrog isn't the last, if it hitting the graveyard is not the last thing to happen, he's not searching a buddy. It's as simple as that.
Now Ricky's got his own. They call it a soft lock because you have to attack the Dupe Frog, but the Substitute, your frogs can't be destroyed by battle. But that Dupe Frog is now alone. Dimensional Prison turning into a really great tech here.
Yeah, that was the second one for this. I think that was the second one he played this game.
He's got one in his hand, and he's got one in the graveyard.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
Pardon me. It's 2 accounted for. One was just in the hand. Pardon.
Yeah, just been a lot of thinking on these turns. And now they're finally using through these resources they've been accumulating all game.
Oh,
and
the Vanity's
Fiend, a new card in this match. That card can end the match right there if Gabe doesn't have an answer. We know that Gabe does. He got that brain control right on the top. And he's got his own Vanity's Fiend. But he doesn't have to use it right now. He's got the Caius. Got his own Vanity's Fiend. But he could also just set a D prison and wait.
Yeah, you could be patient with 8,000 life points. And a Dupe Frog, mind you.
So many options, but does he want to play into a potential Caius and then remove his monster, get hit for 4,800, lose out on all that? Is now the time, or does he wait?
Well, the Vanity's Fiend can work in Gabe's favor, too.
It could. He has his own in his hand, and that's why he might set tribute for his own Vanity's Fiend. But it's so risky in the two face down trap cards. As Arya says, this has been a great game so far. He tributes his Caius, stops the Frog's effect, saves his own Vanity's Fiend, his hand. Gonna set this Dimensional Prison, or is he gonna keep his Treeborn Frog alive? He passes on setting a card.
Yeah. I could see that Dupe Frog being enough protection, having 7,200.
And it was. Ricky forced to just pass, which sometimes you would say is he was forced to in a negative way, but Ricky probably happy to. He's always happy to draw cards. But Gabe feels like he's in a better position. He has more resources, and when that Vanity's Fiend comes down, unless it's another D prison.
Yeah, that's interesting. What is that card supposed to be to where Vanities is expected to resolve?
I think it's Threatening Roar, and he's wondering if he should clear it now, keep some life points, and get his Treeborn Frog online. But he's patient.
Well, if it's a threatening, then I could see why he just let it go.
Yes, I think
he has
saw
a break
that earlier.
in
He
hand.
sets his D prison. He's going all in. He's protecting Vanity's Fiend. He has the Dupe Frog. Ricky's going to need some kind of steel monster, tribute it. Oh, Karma Cut. That would also be a good back row. There's the Soul Exchange. There's the Ryza.
Well, you know what you get in next turn.
Yep, Soul Exchange ends the battle phase. Absolute Hero. We haven't seen hero monsters from Ricky, at least match that I've been watching. So the first one is Gabe, and this is the power of it. Absolute Zero.
Yeah, claiming at least one card minimum.
It always does. Even if he was able to remove it that turn, it would have still taken out the Ryza from the grave. Still got that Dimensional Prison protecting it.
Yeah, so yeah, this is definitely looking on the upside for Gabe at this point.
As Ricky passes again at 2,900 life points. Gabe could so easily summon a water monster, attack for directly 3,000 damage. And in these situations, I try to set lethal up on the board. And even with, especially with Swap Frog, which you can just bounce right back. Don't commit too much.
He's already cleared a Mirror Force. That's one mass card out the way.
That's very true. A mass card taken away. I think you have to commit lethal, but he doesn't think you have to do it. The Karma Cut comes down, as Arya called in the chat. Thank you so much. I thought it was a Threatening Roar, but it was the Karma Cut. Having to discard a card feels so bad if it doesn't give value.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Replaced by Vanity's.
Yeah, that was probably a comfortable choice, seeing as he got rid of a Regeki break just now. Like, really think about that. Probably didn't hesitate to summon Vanities right after that discard of Regeki break.
Gabe,
how many trap outs can you actually have?
Where Ricky has the Karma Cut seem to be having a big impact on keeping Gabe's hand full. As you said right there, Ricky could have kept the card in his hand if that Karma Cut was a D prison. It would accomplish the same thing without the discard.
Damn. Just like that.
He had to set a Neos alias, not doing much. He does have hero monsters. He's looking to get a
Resource
Miracle
Fusion,
but
right
he can't
now.
until this Vanity's Fiend off the board. Back for game. Forgeki break, yet another one. But you hate to discard hero
Yeah.
monster that you could set or use as effect. Elemental Hero Ocean is great in these grindy resource games. It threatens drawing a hero from your graveyard every turn.
Yeah. Ricky ain't got the kind of protection to protect that kind of
Not
card though,
anymore.
so
3 of them gone in a row, and now
yeah,
he's just setting another monster.
Ricky's definitely on the ropes here.
Gabe definitely running low on threats. Trap Dust Shoot, Dimensional Prison, Swap Frog, a bunch of tiny stuff. He attacks the Treeborn, which I always consider inconsequential, since Ricky can just bring it right back.
Yeah, he's stacking that back row. Stacking
Yes,
that
he has
back
multiple
row.
deep prison. I think at this point. Or he has 1 deep prison in his hand. He has a Trap Dust Shoot, so if this game goes long enough, he might be able to activate it on this late turn.
Ricky's searching for possibilities.
And there are plenty of possibilities for him to get back into this game. Every turn he gets a draw, but that was a strong draw from Gabe.
Yeah.
Miracle Fusion. That's
Yeah,
why
he
you
definitely
play all
has
these
material
frogs
for it.
and
Like,
little heroes.
good gosh.
Or this late moment where you can draw it. One of the best top decks in Edison format.
Yeah.
Because you have the resources.
It's up there.
Miracle Fusion. He's going to take a couple turns to get through all these little frogs. Swap Frog's going to contribute. Expecting it to be dupe, which it is.
Yeah, but the cover to spread, man, it's
4
inevitable at this
back
point.
rows.
Yeah, 4 is crazy.
Gabe probably knows that Heavy Storm is a card you can't afford to keep in your hand or in your deck in this
Here's the
matchup.
dust shoot.
I see 2 Caius. And what's this card closest to us? Looks like some type of ghost
It's
rare.
the new art for Gores.
Beautiful card right there.
Yeah, they have like this
But it's
new
not
chibi
going to be
thing
able to
going
resolve
on.
its ability. Take one of these Caiuses back. Well, maybe it will if you takes the Swap Frog away. Lets him have 2 Caius. If you're Ricky, do you tribute for Caius, remove this absolute 0, sacrifice your own Caius to the graveyard?
Well, yeah, and I only say that because the swap frog is just gonna come down and clear the frog and then allow 25 to go through anyway.
Like he was forced.
Yeah.
Oh, Gabe, it seems like he miscalculated the life points. At least from my reading his body language. He really thought this 1,000 was going to be lethal. But nope, Ricky's got 1,900. I have to do this twice. So now that Gores could really turn the tides. Gabe knows he has the deep prisons.
But does he have material for another
I think he drew a Heavy Storm.
I thought that was a miracle I couldn't see.
Yeah, I think he would get that out there. This Gores could turn the tides.
Is that
of this
not
game.
a miracle fusion?
That's some kind of spell. Doesn't use it yet.
Well, the cards keep getting banished, so maybe he doesn't have the hero part for the
Let's see.
Oh, yeah, that's his.
Yeah, he might not have any heroes.
He actually
left
does.
in
That's wild. He actually does not have hero materials. Ricky has his graveyard.
Wow, Gabe. Every resource has mattered. If he had one more monster.
Yeah, if he had a hero, this game would be done.
Ricky says, oh, I got a life point. It's a resource. I can use it. No hero, that's Arya says. So Gabe does have a miracle.
It's tough to mount an offense when you have 900.
And Ricky, full defense mode on his token. Or it goes into the deep prison.
Well,
He
you
must
got
have
to
been
start
ready
getting
for
rid
that.
of him.
Yeah, you got to start getting rid of him. He could have kept it in defense mode, but then into dark for Caius, but Caius can banish itself.
And that's an issue, too. Like, he only needs to draw Caius to end this. Well, he'd actually have to connect the summon, but...
That's true. So he has a Swap Frog and a Dupe Frog. I think he's keeping that in case he can special summon the Swap Frog to tribute it to.
That right there could be his Caius out. And he has enough life points to actually take a hit and try to,
see what he gets next turn.
Yeah, try to find a reasonable out.
And that 1,000-point token in attack mode is a liability if Gabe gets another monster. Regeki Break takes
On
out
the
the
back row.
defense, and
Damn,
now just
so he's
any
going
big
in for the
monster,
kill.
but that's too big. It scores. Can't use it. New game plan. We're going to try to set up 2 monsters on the board so we can summon our Gores. Tribute the old-fashioned way. Where's Evil here? Infernal Prodigy when you need him. As Arya says in the chat, this match has been an excellent match. 37 seconds left.
Liking the back and forth. I didn't even notice the time. That's how into
Exactly.
it I am.
I've been into it. The time is flying by when you're having fun. If you're having fun in the chat, drop a follow. Feel Good Gaming.
Well, we know Arya/Barry is having fun. Rooting against Ricky, I'm sure, but
as we saw earlier,
it's still been a good
Ricky
match though. All
about
the
to
same.
get bodied. We can say for sure this was an even match. There's been bodying going on both sides.
Yeah, both
and
of
Ricky, a
both
lot
have
of
done well.
bodies have to get bodied. Time? Does that mean how does time work in Edison format? Mr.
We're in a
Muscles?
0, 1, 2, 3.
0, 1, 2, 3. So Gabe has
Active
2
is
turns
0.
left. 0
Both players get 2.
and 2. So he's 2. And he doesn't have the lethal on this turn.
Yeah, but
He has
the
another
odds of
Mirror
Ricky covering the
Force.
difference is extremely slim.
Another defensive card is not going to help him at all. And honestly, if this game went on for the full extent, some type of junk synchron could pull out a Black Rose Dragon and destroy all these battle traps that Gabe has accumulated. I know he has at least 1 D Prism, 1 Mirror Force.
A Black Rose Punish would be interesting.
That is just something we'll have to imagine. Because the Caius! He draws the Caius, one of his only cards he could draw that turn to win the game. Gabe
Caius
takes
for the
it 2 to 1.
Yeah.
He was digging all of those turns. He took all of the little frogs out of his deck.
All right. With it being the end of the round, we're not going to get around to the player interviews for these two, but I wouldn't be surprised if we were able to talk to at least one of them later on to get their opinions on their match and to ask if they could have or wish that they did anything differently. In hindsight, you tend to see things a little bit more thoroughly.
Exactly. I know I'll have to watch that back on the VOD here at Feel Good Gaming YouTube live. You can watch
definitely
this
share their
back
stream.
later.
And once the live is taken, once the live ends, you'll be able to just look back at the favorite matches from the day. You can scrub through it. You can grab a drink, some food, and watch all the matches on
YouTube
playback.
lets you pause and it also lets you, if you really want to speed up your watching time, go watch the previous Feel Good Gaming monthly event. It's saved on YouTube.
We definitely don't have dull matches, to say the least.
Exactly. They are very exciting, and you'll learn something new every time. If you're trying to play at the highest level, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Take
The
notes.
format has so much going on sometimes, especially for these decks. Some decks are a lot more simple, so you kind of get to pick your poison, whatever fits your style.
Yeah, but in a mirror like this, I think it was pretty good to see two different players piloting the same deck safely moving around each other. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
What a great match. I'm going to be signing out. Muscle's going to keep us going for the next round. I might be on the feature match.
Yeah.
My 3-0 record.
You're long overdue for that. We don't like to feature the same people twice.
Exactly.
And
I got some spicy stuff. It's not frogs.
Yeah, and his victims were already featured on the stream, so he couldn't claim one in front of you all. But next round, this shit might happen. So
yeah, we'll see what that brings. I'm excited.
Give us
for
about
that. Stay
5 or 6
tuned.
minutes. See you soon, man.
Oh, look at you at Jerome Basie Fitness.
Oh yeah,
you on
that's
Instagram.
the IG handle.
And look at me, mine XO.
Yeah,
It just
it's
always
probably-
stays the same.
The way you've been behaving is probably going to stay that way. Man.
Exactly. You don't have
Your
to
matches
update
have been ended in under
enough time to come here and join
16 minutes, I think, was the longest it took for you to show up last, between these 3 rounds.
Yep. So if I get on stream, it's not going to time. I got aggressive deck.
All right, parents are up. He's about to go do his thing, and
See you guys.
Yeah, you're gonna see him in the top 8. Back to me. I would not be surprised if you see him in the top 8. Very humble player. Usually pilots the same thing with a different twist. Never disappoints to say the least. Think he's been active in Edison since the beginning. I want to say he was recognized in like 2022, early 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Ooh, let's update this interface. Not sure who y'all got winning or what decks you want to see in the top cut, but we're 2 rounds away from that, and uh, sorry about that. Mixing business with pleasure. Uh, anyway, I'm sorry. One moment, please. All right, welcome back. Welcome back. All right. Sorry about that. Excuse me. Almost had a parent mishap there. Uh, Had to hydrate. Need y'all to take that a little seriously when it comes to these long events. Get your electrolytes in. Liquid IV. Not sponsored. Just gaming responsibly. With that being said, we're entering round 4. I was kind of confident about this person being up. Uh, we have Rob, our local Diva Hero specialist. Playing against Chris Lee. Chris Lee doesn't really need much for an introduction either. He's done some damage in our tournaments in the past. Haven't really seen him do it with Lightsworn, but let's see what he gets done this round. He's coming into this playing up with one loss as opposed to his undefeated opponent. Don't let that fool you. The best of them can take losses sometimes. I'm quite sure we'll have an interesting match all the same. Both players are playing very fast decks, so to speak. Uh, wouldn't be surprised if this one's done in a good 16, 20 minutes. Uh, go ahead and holler at me. Let me know what you think is gonna come out on top in the chat. We'll let them get seated, and then we can cut to the action. Feel free to drop y'all DM y'all dueling book names in the chat too. I'm not sure if y'all play casually or competitively, but Edison's an open community. We're here to learn and to have fun while doing it. So it's not always about the ladder. Sometimes you can just hit somebody up for some testing. Just got finished with having the Nats out the way. You can always practice for our monthlies too. Occasionally we do things on Friday nights as well. All right. All right, let's get it poppin'. Okay, Rob is opening. I've always found this opening to be interesting. Funny enough, I don't know if either player knows what the other's using. I typically don't see them walk around looking at others playing their games. So, me, I don't care if I'm playing in an event. I'm walking around. I'm seeing if I can get a leg up on the competition. Rob's just gonna pass. It's usually giving gores, but might not be the case this time around. Probably just doesn't have a optimal opening. Funny enough, you'd think going first is always favored, but occasionally it just gives you the knowledge first and nothing else. No true advantage other than that itself. Sarked out. I'll try to close this one out early. Shout out to the beautiful Judgment Dragon. That shit definitely looks better than the Secret Rare version from the pack. It's a nice looking Jane too. People take the card quality seriously here. It's an interesting commitment turn one. Set one pass. Mill two. Just like that, two names. Oh, excuse me. That's actually three names. That Judgment Dragon that he searched is already online. We're just gonna count Jane as being in the grave. Unless. And the beautiful thing about this Kai's play here is the fact that it's probably only one Jane. So that's a name that's just out of the mix entirely. And 2400 is a big body, so I mean, clearing it without an honest isn't really the most easy thing to do. Well, easiest thing to do. All right, play action. All right, Aaron drop. Honest to follow. Good, 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 good. All right, Shorty kicking ass. All right, so there's a dark count of 2 for Rob. Okay, I'll say what's up with those life points. Good gosh. Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna make me jump in and start editing it too. Interesting. It's an unexpected amount of back row from an LS player. When have seen it coming. Makes the main deck heavy storm look kind of tasty. One Caius is gone. He's really. Actually, it wouldn't matter. There's, if I'm not mistaken, there are 4 names in there already. There's the Wolf, there's the Lila, Celestia, and I can't tell what the. Actually, no, it's just 2 Celestias. He's still at 3, but. Mm, this connection would make for. I like that. Why just give it to him? Make him work for it. Shit. A JD pop will still mean he loses 2 of his own. Damn. Well, at least you don't get this. At least you don't have to deal with Lumina. That could be annoying as hell. And oh, there's a second Jane. Excuse me. Game 1 decided in timely fashion. Under 5 minutes. These are these are fast moving decks. I really would not be surprised if this is done in under 20 minutes. Let's see how both players choose to side for the other. Oh. All right. We see what we see, and see both players inside Cyber Dragon. Not saying they're including them in this match, but that was an interesting card I saw on this side. It wasn't put in just now, but I definitely thought I saw a Thestalos. Seen a Firestorm Monarch in a while. All right, in the most thorough of shuffles, it's obvious that Rob will be going first again. Hopefully, his opening is a bit more stellar than last game. No favorites picked here. I just want to see a good match. Those usually go to game 3. What I do like about both of the decks being played here is that things can get pretty unpredictable on both ends. This is definitely round 4. Shout out to Team Titan for making that known. Seems I'm still stuck in last round with different players. Oh, there's a Necro Gardener. Go figure. I didn't know he was on that. And you can see a breaker there in his hand. I'm assuming the breaker was sighted in for something like Royal Decree. Two names nice and early. Yeah, okay, well, got that out the way. JD's already online. That was easy enough. Damn. Well, shit. Guess you do what you gotta do. But very interesting. There's a breaker. It's funny, so so I mean, yeah, you always try to get your card. Like, how can I put it? You don't want to leave the Kaiku there. Who does? Breaker did his job. It got a card. Could it have gotten two? Possibly, but in this case, it made for an even trade. And then even if he could have stopped that attack, it makes sense to just go ahead and let it fly. Whatever his back row is might prove to be just a little bit more dangerous or a little bit more useful for a bigger threat. Damn. That that's a fair thing to consider. Whether or not the gardener, whether or not the crow wants to be chained or not, I can understand that. Not sure if Chris is on reincarnation, but if he is, that crow's definitely gonna water it down. Reincarnation seems like a dangerous card to play in today's meta. Like crows are just really solid this time. Putting that one back makes me wonder what the back row is. Either way, there's a gardener in the yard, so that always helps. Surely we believe that the Greffer is gonna run into a Raikou if it attacks the face down. I don't mind if I'm wrong with that though. Now we wonder, is he immediately gonna make use of the plague, or is he just gonna like cheap hit the face down monster? Right, there we go. Shit. Well, the gardener's pointless with the Kaiku there, so damn. Okay. Well, that was quick. Kaiku being star. And just like that. All of Rob's matches are finishing very quickly. Very, very quickly. Kaiku showing his worth in gold. Good, good, good. It's funny, that card usually bites that card is usually screwing the LS player. This time it did him some justice. His side. Definitely wanted to see a game three. Once again, no favorites, but we just like a lot of back and forth. It makes for better suspense. We love the drama here. Love the drama. And so Chris is able to play up. He has to win one more to squeeze himself into the top eight. Same thing will apply for Rob. Same thing will apply for Rob. He has to win one more. They might butt heads again in the top cut for all we know. y'all like that revenge. Like, let's be real. Playing up, that's gotta feel good though. Getting that W. Hosted those on stream too. Kind of boost your morale a bit. There wasn't too much that happened in that game to where I think I wonder how much we can actually get from the player interview. Yeah, see if they want to come back and discuss it. I wouldn't be mad if they did or didn't. Like, yeah. I know Kaiku definitely did his thing in the second game. Good gosh. Yeah, we still have we still have a good 30 minutes in this round. That's easy. That's easy money. Gets me a break. Mm. Sorry it had to be at the expense of a quick match, but y'all can talk y'all ish in the chat if you want. Uh I'm not sure if anyone's coming back. I'm gonna give it 2 minutes for the first person to show up. If that doesn't happen, I'm gonna assume no one's coming back. Definitely enjoy my lunch break. Chicken and potatoes, some water, special beverage. Oof. Today's just a day for Edison and card playing. I am playing spectator and commentator as usual. I just don't be playing. Maybe on Dueling Book, but IRL, it's not a RBT, or Edison Monthly. Usually just not gonna do it. And I'd rather commentate this instead of play. Oh yeah, I just shouldn't have dropped the set as soon as possible. Like, yeah, so we're gonna put a B game on for you all while I scout for the next round's feature match, and just give myself a well-deserved break. That, and I'm hungry again too.